new study finds this concerning space weather. Powerful eruptions on the sun might trigger earthquakes here on Earth, according to a new study. This is by Mara Johnson Grow on Bended Reality. Through decades of research, scientists learned that large, powerful earthquakes commonly occur in groups and not in random patterns, but exactly why so far remains a mystery. Now the new research published a few days ago, July 13, in Scientific Reviews, asserts the first strong, though still disputed, evidence that powerful eruptions on our sun can trigger mass earthquake events on our Earth. Large earthquakes all around the world are not evenly distributed. There is some correlation among them. This is according to Giuseppe De Natale, Research Director at the National Institute of Geophysics and Volcanology in Italy, in Rome. He's the co-author of the study. He says, we've tested the hypothesis that solar activity can influence worldwide earthquakes. A solar origin for earthquakes. To the unaided eye, the sun might seem relatively docile, but our star is constantly bombarding the solar system with vast amounts of energy and particles in the form of solar wind. Sometimes, though, formidable eruptions on the sun's surface cause coronal mass ejections, CMEs, or especially energetic floods of particles, including ions and electrons, that careen through the solar system at breakneck speeds, and when they reach our Earth, these charged particles can interfere with satellites and under extreme circumstances take down power grids. The new research suggests that particles from powerful eruptions like this, specifically the positively charged ions, might be responsible for triggering groups of strong earthquakes. Earthquakes typically occur when rocks grind past one another on Earth's tectonic plate shifts and jostle for position, and when the intense friction that's locked plates together is overcome, the rocks break, releasing tremendous amount of energy and shaking the ground. But scientists also noticed a pattern in some large earthquakes around the planet. They tend to occur in groups and they're not at random. This suggests there may be some global phenomenon that's triggering these worldwide earthquake patterns. And though many researchers have done statistical studies to try to determine the cause before, no compelling theories have yet been rigorously proven. So to tackle the lingering mystery, the researchers of this latest study combined through 20 years of data on both earthquakes and solar activity, searching for a possible correlation. Specifically, the team used data from NASA's ESA Solar and Heliospheric Observatory SOHO satellite, compiling measurements of protons, positively charged particles that come from the sun and wash over our planet. SOHO, which is located 900,000 miles from the Earth, keeps its sights on the sun, which helps scientists track how much solar material ends up striking our planet. By comparing the ISCGEM Global Instrument Earthquake Catalog, a historical record of strong earthquakes, to SOHO data, the scientists noticed more strong earthquakes occurred when the number and velocities of incoming solar protons increased. Specifically, when protons streamed from the sun peaked, there was a spike in earthquakes above 5.6 magnitude for the next 24 hours. De Natale says this statistical test of the hypothesis is very significant. The probability that it's just by chance that we observe this is very, very low, less than 1 in 100,000. So obviously he's saying that this is a very big correlation. A piezoelectrical origin for earthquakes. After noticing the correlation between solar proton flux and strong earthquakes, the researchers went on to propose a possible explanation, a mechanism called the reverse piezoelectric effect. Previous experiments have clearly shown that compressing quartz, a rock common in the Earth's crust, can generate an electrical pulse through a process known as piezoelectric effect. The researchers think that such small pulses could destabilize faults that are already close to rupturing, triggering earthquakes. In fact, signatures from electromagnetic events such as earthquake lightning and radio waves that have been recorded occurring alongside earthquakes in the past, some researchers think these events are caused by earthquakes themselves. But several other studies detected strong electromagnetic anomalies before large earthquakes, not after, so the exact nature of the relationship between earthquakes and electromagnetic events is still debated. The new explanation flips this electromagnetic cause and effect on its head, suggesting electromagnetic anomalies are not the result of earthquakes, but instead cause the earthquakes. So it goes like this. A positively charged proton from the sun crashes into Earth's protective magnetic bubble. They create electromagnetic currents that propagate across the globe. Pulses created by these currents could then go into the form to deform quartz in the Earth's crust, ultimately triggering earthquakes. This is by Mara Johnson Grow on astronomy, and it's on Bended Reality. Please leave your comments. I think this is fascinating. If you'd like to join me on my Patreon account, you will hear content not covered by mainstream media. These riveting stories will be based on my research, and I will state my opinions and give my personal insight on diverse and controversial subjects and world events not covered by mainstream media, and not supported by YouTube guidelines. So whatever I have on my Patreon, most of those will not be on my YouTube channel. Please consider becoming a member today. More of the most significant and important videos will be on my Patreon channel. Your support helps me to continue my research and keeps this YouTube channel alive. And we depend on your support, your generous charity, because we help economically challenged families here in Athens, Greece, in Kapota, and we also help the young generation with university tuition and the community around our church. Thank you.